Don't be all excited at once. Stream is started. So
Oh, we're live now?
yeah, I just kicked it
Yay!
on. I just kicked it
We're all
on.
gonna perish.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Sorry, I have no music playing. Sue me. I don't care. Right now, it's like, I mean, let's just see how well it runs. I had to reset everything quickly before I even got on. So we've been having some slight hiccups. So I'm hoping everything's smoothed out now.
Oh, look at that. It's your affiliate anniversary.
Wait, what?
Affiliate anniversary. Happy affiliate
Affiliate
anniversary.
anniversary.
Huh?
What's up, Pip?
We're gonna need more than blend eventually.
What did you talk about? You got me all confused now. For what?
Look
What
at
did I
look
do?
at your chat.
Oh,
Look at your stream chat.
Wait, I don't have that screen up. I'm an idiot. I do not have my own Twitch stream running for it, so to keep an eye on
Well,
things.
geez, are you set up for this, or aren't you set up for this, sir?
I was sidetracked. Sorry.
It's okay. I know you're busy over there.
Well, I mean, really, I was
Also,
sidetracked.
I do want to apologize for holding up everybody. I picked a very, very, very bad time to
Oh my
try
god.
and
Okay, like that.
install new software
Yeah.
for a new pair of headphones.
How does it take like 20 minutes for software for your headphones? That's so confusing.
It installed fine. No sound was coming through my headphones, and considering it's
That's what I
me,
need.
Dave,
Fair enough. It takes
do I
15 minutes
really
to figure it out.
do I really need to mention more? It's me.
So advisor had to come help you.
Yeah, and we haven't figured it out yet.
Oh.
You probably just need to restart, but
Okay,
you'll save
how
that for
do
later.
Yeah,
Oh.
we will.
I needed to mute my phone. Sorry, because I realized it's not muted. I'll get these out of the way.
It's
I
not
gotta stop eating my
muted.
junk food. Fuck you! God damn it!
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be hearing that tomorrow in person at a D&D session because I'm sitting in on one. I may play. I don't know yet, and that's gonna. I'm gonna be like, God, he's gonna do it to me too, and he doesn't realize that how much that's gonna make me freak. Damn it, asshole!
You're welcome.
The game PTSD is real.
There. Okay.
I mean,
yes.
I'm just waiting for you to start up your own campaign again, so you can.
Hey, I'm
can
working
do
on
the-
shit. Leave me alone. I got
you
shit
can do the
working on
same.
that. I got shit working on that right now. The infinite demise of Gilgamesh into the pit of the Chimera. Wait. Oh, that's a whole different story. Never mind.
Oh, you mean how I'm dragging dragging them all to hell with me?
Damn it! You're not supposed to tell him that. Yes. Yeah. I didn't realize it's that time for affiliate things. Whatever.
Also,
Yes.
go ahead.
No, please speak.
No, I was gonna say whenever your mic becomes activated, I can hear this extremely high-pitched noise that
I gotta figure out
also,
what that's doing.
like, I
figure
don't
out.
mean to bother you about it, but the more I
No,
the more I hear that
Baja's
particular sound,
pointed
it's
it out.
like I can't unhear it.
I know
I'm
it's
sorry.
Baja pointed it out before too. I'm still been trying to figure out what is causing it. I still don't know. Yeah, I
Oh.
don't know what it's doing, and all I can think of is it might be a piece of software that got installed and it's causing me a frigging headache right now. Maybe, so I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's irritating. I'm afraid if I try and uninstall anything right now, it might crash everything.
Fair enough, considering the problems you were already having with your PC before. Don't want to test it too far.
Oh no, I want to test it. I really want to test it. I could always try this and see if anything changes. But I doubt it.
Campaign.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
if anybody is catching these, you can catch up on past episodes there. There are more links to the crazy people that are in here and other people in other shows. So check them all out. La 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 la. There. Ta-da. Onto the campaign. Dave, it's yours.
All right. So, gonna pick up right where we left off. Oh,
Into it.
oh
What
no!
happened?
I'm getting messages in the background. I I can't say for sure. Anyway, so to pick up where we last left off, you guys had agreed to do a job for a corpo for delivery for the next day, and you had the day to kind of do some digging around and figure out what you wanted to do for the job. You had the choice between working with the corpos or moving the job and working towards the Rat King. And as the night settled on and deliberations were being had, the fireworks celebration had begun for the city. But that celebration was immediately interrupted by a flying mecha suit that burst onto the scene with an explosive arrival. This suit is currently flying through the city, shattering the windows of nearby towers as it's flying by, and is headed into one particular direction of the city. And one of our characters decided to pursue it in a vehicle, and I'm now going to call on that particular character. You, sir, are driving down the street and it is chaos in the streets. There are people running in the opposite direction of you. I need you to.
Question.
Oh, go ahead.
Is this essentially the opening scene from The Last of Us?
No.
Okay,
It you can put, I guess, some spin to it to where it's similar in its level of chaos, but it's not the same. So immediately I need you to make a perception check. Oh, you're not even in roll 20, are you? I'm sorry, I thought I had everyone in here already.
No, so I need to sit down because I couldn't.
Oh, I
move.
can roll it for you. Just I can
No,
use
no,
your
I'm on.
character sheet.
I'm on.
Okay.
Launch the game. First trap. I don't care about the missing features. Now, need perception?
Yep. You're gonna be doing a few rolls here, so hang out there for a little bit.
Persuasion, performance, perception. There we go.
Okay.
11.
So with the 11, you are able to at least still see ahead of you, and you are able to avoid some of the traffic that has presumably stopped in the streets. I now need you to make a dexterity check.
Reflex or just straight up dexterity?
Reflex, sorry. I'm gonna be speaking in 5e terms. 12. Okay. So with a 12, let's see. Okay, you're fine. So you do narrowly dodge hitting a few of the vehicles. At this point, you're continuing to drive down the street. And now I need you to roll. Let's see, this was going to be a knowledge. Just roll a. You can either do a streetwise or a history of your choice.
So let's take a look here. History. Let's do. It's just straight up history, right?
Yeah, you can either or.
Just one. Or streetwise as well. So it's.
This is gonna. You're gonna. This is gonna tell you in the general direction where you see the suit going.
Let's go streetwise for the
And
first
see if
shot.
you'll know where he is going.
18.
Okay, perfect. So you know these streets fairly well, and you know what street this is leading down towards. This is leading towards Grand Central Fortress, Detroit Industries' prime building in the city. And just to give you guys a little history of Grand Central Fortress, Detroit Industries is a leading manufacturer of military equipment. They have facilities across the United States, but they have a facility here in New York, which was which was originally Grand Central Station, but repurposed into a large military fortress.
Would I have a direct line of sight to the fortress?
At this moment, no, but you're not too far away from getting that line of sight. You're actually pretty close to it.
See, here's the thing. As soon as I see it, the guns will see me. And as soon
Zilla, I think we lost you.
No, I have to take a call real quick.
Ah,
Oh,
we can hear you
Shoot,
now.
okay.
Oh dear. Well,
Well. So, I guess for the rest of you guys, you've all seen him take off in this car. Is there anything any of you would be trying to do in this moment?
Well, in this situation, I'm still looking at Bell and all that, considering I'm the one that took the boss the best.
Alright, so you good?
Yeah, no, my mom called.
Everything okay?
She wanted to see if I wanted McDonald's.
Okay, you're fine then. Alright.
that is
I want
that's a very
nuggies.
important call. That's a very important call.
Zilla, I want nuggies.
I want the
Alright.
Minecraft meal. With the
Alright,
Big
hold
Mac.
on.
I ordered 2 of those this morning, and I didn't get any collectibles with mine. I feel robbed.
So,
Excuse
I'm
me, if you're
assuming
ordering, you're
this
ordering for
fortress
all of
is
us.
heavily armed.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, Zilla. No, what were you gonna try and do before we got cut off there?
I'm assuming it's a heavily armed fortress.
Yes, Grand Central Fortress is probably the most secure building in the entire island.
How secured are we talking here?
It's called Grand Central Fortress for a reason.
Ah.
So to give you a little history of Grand Central Fortress, the guy who's basically in charge of it is a bit of a military nut and has strategically planned out numerous attacks against his own facility in the idea of how he would better defend his facilities. He is a military nut.
All right. I'm gonna poke my head around the corner to see if I can get a better view. Like I'm
Well,
gonna park the vehicle.
you're still in the car or you're still driving?
Yeah,
When
no,
you
I'm
get in?
parking. I'm gonna park it.
Okay. All right, so you'll get out and you'll exit.
Can I roll a stealth check?
Well, I'm gonna ask you, what are you rolling stealth against?
Let's be conspicuous.
The city is in chaos and people are running all around you.
Fair point.
I won't
Let's
even
continue.
have you roll for that because there's no point in being stealthy because no one's paying attention to you.
Right, fair point. Let's continue.
Yeah. So, at this point, are you gonna continue down that street towards Grand Central Fortress?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna lock the fucking door to Mercer's car
Okay.
because I don't trust anybody in this city.
Yes, you are. You're smack in the middle of the city, my dude.
No, I'm not gonna trust anybody in this city
Right.
because it's still New York.
Yeah. Okay.
Need I say more? No, I'm just gonna poke my head around the corner.
All right. So at this point, Anubis has pretty much stopped and is floating right in front of Grand Central Fortress.
I'm gonna record this shit
Okay.
and stream it to Legion.
All right. So Legion, you're gonna be receiving a invite for a video feed.
I mean, he doesn't need to invite me to a video lead. I already have a video lead on him.
Glad doesn't know about this.
You're in the group network, buddy. I already have eyes and ears on you.
We've established Vlad is not good with the technology.
Yes, I'm by the way.
All right, so I'm gonna continue watching.
All right. So
But for funny in-world context, the moment he sends a request, he's just going to get a text message back saying, already watching.
So, as Anubis is hovering over Grand Central Fortress, you see its arms kind of fold and its wings somewhat extend out around itself. And
Dave, real quick, for context, how close is Vlad to Anubis?
so right now he's probably going to be about 150 feet. And that's just in the horizontal line. Like, if you were counting how high up he is, we're probably talking about maybe 500 feet.
Cool. Considering the known damage, I'm only going to send a single text to fucking Vlad. One word, 3 letters, capitals, run.
So, you see this message, but you begin to hear through an audio comm system that's pretty much like right around the towers. Like, he's hacked into the audio sound system for the advertising boards all around the tower, and they've all changed. And you hear through the audio speakers, Hunter Brandt. It's been a while.
I'm gonna
There's
just
an
turn the camera towards the.
There's an audio pause because He is speaking through the audio system, but you're not hearing who he's speaking to. So there's a slight pause because you're only going to hear one side of this conversation. So the next line you're going to hear is in the flesh, although not entirely so, thanks to what you did. But it's water under the bridge now. I'm actually here to thank you.
Oh, yeah.
You left me dead on Mars. You made me desperate. And in that desperation, I found your most valuable asset and stole it right from underneath you. And I must tell you, the Mana Project was a resounding success. There's another long, brief pause where the other person on the conversation is saying something to him. And that's why I came here for... Oh, excuse me. And that's why I came here for this. Anubis extends out his hand and a beam pulls out a large data core, ripping it right out of the building, sending debris flying down to the ground. Now that I have all of your project data, I will perfect your work and demonstrate Mana's true potential. Another long pause. Then I declare Mars and the outer colonies free and independent from the Earth. If you or your governments choose to attack us, we will consider it an act of war. I am being very serious. Try anything that will interfere with my work, and I will bring the full might of this frame down on this city. I could flatten this entire island in less than a minute. Do not test me. Another pause for retort. That's your problem. You're good at social engineering. I'm sure you'll find a way to spin this in some way. Although, you might be delayed with your public appearance. I don't need to reach you, but you will have to explain this. Anubis's tail raises up and then cracks like a whip, and he vanishes. Zilla, I need you to roll Constitution.
Alright.
And pray to your god you...
Nat
Oh
20
my god.
bitches! Nat 20!
That's a soft 20, but still a 20.
20 for total of.
You will be knocked back by a vibrating wave that shakes your organs. And you
Anything
will be...
ruptured?
You don't know yet. You will be knocked backwards as well, as the shockwave shatters all the windows in the surrounding towers. Because of your constitution, you are going to get an opportunity to at least try to get out of the way of this falling debris.
Athletics?
Yep, I'm gonna have you roll reflex. Because
Okay, reflex us get F. Alright, let's see it. Oh, that's...
Okay.
That's...
So, with the 20 Constitution, you're at least able to keep on your feet a little bit, but that concussion wave does send you backwards a little bit. And unfortunately, it pushed you out into a unfortunate position a 17 is gonna hit you, isn't it?
For AC?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Darn.
Well, let's see if you survive this one. That's gonna be 9 damage.
I survived!
For now.
So
Shut
yeah,
up.
you're gonna be hit by some concrete and some metal falling debris from these towers shattering.
That leaves me with 4. No, wait, 5. No,
All right.
4.
So with Anubis disappeared, the world is a blur to you right now. Your hearing is pretty much just a ringing tinnitus. You're still conscious, but you are gonna be under some debris.
I have 2 points of thought about this. Option A, I could pass out and take a long rest, thus recovering. Right?
I mean, you could try to call out to your friends as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna call the medic.
Alright, so Belle, you're receiving an emergency call.
It's the Soviet Union being claimed.
Yeah, legitimately it is. Oh. F. Give me a split second.
Okay.
I have to adjust my voice to get it together.
She needs
You're
to.
being too southern with your accent.
She needs to attune to her southern personality.
Ah, hell, what the fuck
She's
now? What the
Southern.
fuck did this motherfucker get into?
She's Southern, not. She's not General Lee.
Why? Yeah, no. Why did
I
you sound
actually-
like someone out of like a Civil War like movie?
That's the part of the
That's
joke.
way too southern drawl.
Hold on,
That's
hold on.
part of
Whenever-
the joke.
Okay, legitimately, whenever I do a southern accent, like, what do y'all think about it?
I mean, I'm Australian. My opinion doesn't matter
I feel
according
it's
to
a
these people.
bit strong.
It reminds me of.
Because
Hey,
I
if
grew
that's
up
what she
around
wants
a
to
lot
use,
of
that's what she
people
wants
who
to
are
use.
Can we
No,
do
no, I'm not
one
saying
at
that
a
it's bad. I'm
Can
just
we
saying
do
that
one
it's
at a time, please? Bork, would you mind saying all that again? I didn't hear one bit of it.
It feels a bit strong. That might just be because I only had a handful of friends when I was younger who had like southern accents, and there's never that strong. People might talk like that. I don't know. It feels it feels like slightly off. But if you want to go with that, you can. I'm not gonna be like.
Yeah. To be fair, I can't do
can hardly
light.
appropriate
I can either
Texas.
do Pacific Northwest accent or really lean into the southern accent. I can't do the in between.
It's either Northwestern or Civil War General.
It doesn't sound that off to me
I'd rather
because
have
one of
caricature over General Lee. I'm not gonna lie.
it sounds fine to me, Star, because I've got a mate on another server that sounds way more southern than you're making your accent being.
That's fair. I've heard people that are way more southern than my accent. Anyways,
Yeah. So
I'm gonna steal what Cartooli said in chat.
But
He said, "What in the ranch covered fuck is this shit, y'all?"
it turns to Foghorn Leghorn.
so
Belle answers the phone. She's like, "What the fuck just happened? Where are you?"
so
Can I-
those of you who might still be in the building, you'll start to see emergency vehicles start to fill the sky. Like emergency evacs coming in, like they're dropping in with all kinds of support there to try and help out the people.
I'm gonna grab Belle's arm and start making our way to the roof.
I think
Motherfucker.
I'm already on the roof for reasons.
Yeah, some of you I think would already be up on the roof. That's why I was like, I wasn't sure who was downstairs and then who went up to the roof. I forgot.
I think Quinn went up there to have like a private conversation with the guy.
Yeah. All right. So yeah,
in
but basically, like anyone who's up on the roof are gonna start to see emergency vehicles start to flood the sky, and also police vehicles. Squadrons of mechas are also starting to roll out from Liberty Island.
Dave, can I roll hacking to attempt to communicate with one of the passing emergency vehicles?
Absolutely. Are you just trying to gain access to their signal?
No, just getting proper comms chats with them, and that's 24.
Okay, yeah, you've got access to reach any one of the vehicles.
I'm gonna like try and contact like one of the flying ambulances, just not trauma team because they're gonna fucking ignore me. But basically say, hey, look, can we get a pickup? We have a medic here that can volunteer, and we have a location of injured.
I was actually gonna. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna ask, what about the play out the conversation between me and.
Well, I know
Richard
what happened to
Black,
him,
right?
so that's why I did that. I had the live feed.
Yeah.
So you can still play out the conversation while this is happening if you want.
So Legion, roll persuasion since you're asking them to divert from their task.
All right, this is not gonna be pretty.
Nope.
And
I have a -1.
Oh, that's fun. Not persuasive in the slightest.
Yep. So you're able to reach them, but unfortunately, with that, you won't be able to persuade them to.
That's why I wasn't going for trauma team, because non-trauma team would have a statistic likelihood of listening to, hey, we have a volunteer medic, they'll come pick it up and go, hey, we just have a location for injured personnel, guaranteed.
That's why, had you asked trauma team, that persuasion check would have been with disadvantage. This would just be a normal roll. That's why. So yeah.
so is it a fail?
Unfortunately, yes. He's not going to be able to persuade that the ambulance he contacted to divert from his task, because he's already going out to help out a group of personnel, but they're not heading in that direction.
Keep
They're heading-
contacting if I have to.
And then, probably let.
No, with the 24,
Bell.
I'll let you contact a different ambulance and retry your persuasion check.
Well, I was gonna say, can I say that I'm up there with them, if it's possible? Because I haven't decided where I was.
Well, would you have persuasion over medical personnel who are going after people who are already injured?
This time around, instead of me trying to convince them for a pickup, I'm just going to explain to Star what I'm trying to do and give Star Bell the communication line to the ambulance. They're medical
Yeah.
personnel.
So I will warn everybody. I don't know very many medical terms, so I'm probably gonna say an insert random medical term. So, do you-
How long that you get put in a catheter is funny.
no, what the fuck, babe? Oh, I do not want to repeat what he just said to me.
Oh, we all heard it.
Do
The
it.
mic picked it up.
I was gonna say we all heard that, and even I know what he
I wasn't
said.
paying
I'm
attention.
like, okay.
Mhm.
The chat even heard it.
Getting a catheter in the dick.
Oh, babe.
This is not the time
Hey.
or place for that.
You know that's also considered a type of torture if you blow it up too big?
All right.
anyways,
moving on.
Can we
Anyways.
not talk about that,
No,
I am
please?
dying here.
Yes, let's go help Vlad.
So
Hand
nothing
over the
important then.
fucking phone.
The heavy is dying.
Hand over the phone.
I've already handed it over.
Okay.
sounds like a
Babe, for fuck's sake, I'm trying to get into character.
You're messing with the method acting.
Okay, Belle's got the phone. All right, listen here. I'm a fucking combat medic. You get me and my team on that fucking damn helicopter, because I know exactly where some fucking patients are. Now you get me on there and get me to those patients now.
Roll intimidation with advantage.
Oh, okay.
I have a better intimidation than I have persuasion myself.
How do you do advantage? Or am I dumb?
Just roll twice.
Just roll twice.
Just click it twice.
Darn. Okay. First roll. Second roll. Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay. No, hang on. Let's see, because it's a competing roll.
Oh boy.
All right, you succeed.
Oh, thank fuck.
All right, so apparently this particular pilot recognizes you and will divert.
Oh,
So,
hell yeah.
within about 90 seconds or so, you do see an emergency vehicle do fly overhead, and it does start to slowly land onto the rooftop.
Nice. Alright, bitches, we're going places.
But the moment it's down, I'm gonna hop in and directly wire connect to the vehicle to give the pilot the coordinates for Vlad's location.
Oh boy.
Is it? Oh.
All right, is anyone else going to be joining them on the helicopter?
Other than
Yep.
me.
Because that bitch has my fucking ride.
Yeah.
Oh,
How many people? Okay, who else are already
You're-
on
you
the
don't-
helicopter? Just as a question.
Oh yeah.
Right now, there is the pilot, and there are 3 medic personnel, but this is a larger vehicle. It can house up to 14.
I was talking about like out of us. Like who was on there?
Dave.
Well, I was just saying everyone could
Bell.
fit it if you all choose to go.
It's more of, do I want to like? It's more like we don't know if shit's gonna end up here at any point, because it could potentially something could end up here.
I'm stuck
especially
under
after
a rock.
we
Make
got
up
out.
your mind.
Oh, you're stuck.
Yeah. No.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm-
I'm frolicking through Happy Land right now.
Didn't realize. I'm sorry.
He's tiptoeing through the
So,
window.
in other words, are you going or not? Kind of thing is what it's.
Okay, I probably.
Bitch, get in. We're going shopping.
Okay, fuck it. Yeah, sure.
I
I'll
grab
go.
him and yank him in.
If
Get
we're
in
going
here.
shopping, sure.
Yeah.
Fuck. Fuck.
I will ask Dave something later.
All right, so everyone is jumping in, and everyone who might be reluctant is getting shoved into the helicopter.
Get
Pretty
in.
much.
Damn.
It's not really. It's
Hold on,
not
there's
a
a meme.
helicopter.
There's
It's
a
a
meme
reluct-
that just popped into my head. Fuck,
Get in,
what's the
bitches!
meme?
We're going on an adventure.
Get in, bitch. We're
Something
going
like that, yeah.
shopping.
Like 20
There you
minutes
go.
in and out of adventure.
Jesus Christ.
20
Yep.
minute tops.
Yep, pretty much. All right, so you guys will board the emergency transport, and you are headed out into the center of town.
Oh, yeah.
As you guys are all riding by, you begin to see just the wake of damage that this frame did across these buildings.
Motherfucker.
Why the
Anyone
force?
interested, I would like for you to roll perceptions.
Question.
Films.
Only if you would like to.
Can I even see Adam where my current situation is?
22.
Also,
If you're in the emergency vehicle, there are ways to see because the doors aren't completely closed.
Zephyr.
Question: do I have an advantage because I'm currently hooked up to the vehicle itself, so I've got access to its cameras?
I'll say you wouldn't even need to roll for that because you have access to the camera, so you'll
Okay,
be
so
fine.
so ignore my 10 then.
Okay.
42.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, Lord. Oh, no.
That's fine. 13's okay. So
I like porks a little better.
It's gonna be us
wake-
to you, Vlad, when we get there.
My roll better.
The wake that was caused by this, for most of you, you're able to kind of notice this damage wasn't done by speed alone. This wasn't necessarily a sonic boom. Something warped the structures as it was flying by. Because the patterns of the bending of the metal all point in the direction of which he flew.
Can I do a quick scan with the dropship cameras to determine if the warping is via gravitational? Because we got a good look at Anubis when it moved before, so 2 and 2 equals a window.
You could theorize that might be the case, but without
I'm willing to like roll intelligence if you want.
All right.
Or technology.
Roll technology with disadvantage though.
Alright.
Because this is going to be technology that is
8.
Yeah. This is highly advanced stuff. Like the level of energy required to be able to do this is simply out of scope, at least in your mind. The bending of these buildings, it's hard to say if it was gravitational, magnetic, or some other force altogether, but they seem to act in a similar way. It might be some key to its propulsion system, but you can only theorize at this point.
Point to look into later then.
Alright. So at this point, you guys will be coming up on Grand Central Fortress, and you do see that there are tons of people still trying to run in the opposite direction. There's a lot of debris. Buildings are warped in much the same way, except where Grand Central Fortress is, the impact is almost spherical. Like it was an impact point.
As we're getting closer to Vlad's location, I'm gonna unconnect with the drop pod and get ready to combat drop corpo style. I'm guessing Bell's gonna get ready to combat drop military style then.
Stand by for Titanfall.
Yeah. They're preparing to land. They're dropping in close. You guys are pretty much able to see this. As I said, the doors are open, so you guys get a clear view of the outside, no matter where you're sitting on this vehicle.
Yeah, the moment we're close enough to the ground to safely combat drop, I'm a combat drop out, corpo style.
All right. I'm gonna make you roll for this. Athletics or acrobatics of your choice.
I've better in acrobatics, so.
All right.
18.
All right. Yep. So you can decide how you land in this situation.
I'm just gonna do it like corpo style. I'm just gonna drop out and then land like I just didn't drop out of the drop pod and just keep walking.
Superhero landing. Here comes the superhero landing.
No, not even the superhero landing. Just land normally and walk.
It's the Matrix landing where you just like drop immediately and just keep walking like you didn't drop in.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Walk it off like a boss.
His knees are
Yep.
even more fucked up.
Bitch, I'm corpo augmented. This shit is nothing to me.
Well, if they're going, I gotta follow them.
Wait, no,
I-
no.
All right, are you gonna jump
I'm
out
not
the
jumping
same
out of
way?
the helicopter.
Yep.
Repel, you.
Belle,
All right.
Belle is gonna do
If
the
you're gonna
sensible
jump,
thing
I'll
and repel
ask the
down.
same thing: acrobatics or athletics of your choice. If you choose to jump out before they land.
I'm
Oh,
not jumping
shit.
out.
I don't
Are you gonna do fortitude and tank it with your face?
know. Let's
Like
take
I
it.
said,
Let's see what happens.
Belle is
Screw
gonna do the.
it.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Stupid.
this is the first time I'm doing something big like this. See what happens, okay? So I'll just do acrobatics. Screw it. I don't know.
Nat 20, nice.
You
Oh
for
my
real?
god, the only one I'll get probably
So,
for
so
it.
It's amazing.
no, this is so much fitting for your character because you're gonna land as gracefully as a ninja.
Yes! Just glide down. Okay, what?
I'm just gonna say, for anybody that's looking at this, from their perspective, it's just like this: a small girl just dropped out of a dropship, leg was nothing, followed by a big man who lands without noise, and then a medic repelling immediately afterwards.
Yeah,
I'm
You
gonna
guys are-
also
you
repel. I'm
guys
not
are
gonna wait
quite
for
the
this.
drop
I'm
team.
gonna wait for this bitch to land.
We just made
I'm
this
just waiting
look
for this bitch to
good.
land. I'll jump out when it's like a foot over the ground.
Y'all are
I'm not gonna, like-
irresponsible. At least Quinn is safe.
I have no
Quinn,
boots off
right?
now.
Or
Yeah, Quinn.
okay, I'm trying.
That's her
I'm doing my
name.
best to memorize all the characters' names.
That's alright, I have to look over the other
Yeah.
side.
With you
Yeah.
saying that, Legion's just gonna look at Bell like, I just did it like I always do it.
She's going to put her hands on her hips and glare at Legion before stalking off to find Vlad.
As you stalk off, I'm just gonna be
You
the
don't
guy.
have
He's in that
to-
direction, not that way.
You don't have to go very far because you immediately see in the middle of the street where he is laying underneath some concrete and some metal girders.
Oh, you're here. Okay.
You're here.
He immediately yoinks
Just immediately.
the
Oh shit.
strong team members to come over and help her get Vlad out from underneath the concrete.
Don't let him
Just-
die.
does-
He needs to pay rent.
Zilla, does
need to
Vlad
pay
have
up.
like the Russian hat thing?
Yes, he does. Oh, no,
Cool.
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no, no, no.
I'm gonna go find
No.
that and put that back on your head while they're lifting the
No,
debris
no,
off you.
it's just it's Mr. T or Mr. X, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna go
he's
find
got
your
the,
Mr. X hat, and then I'm gonna put it back in your head while they're lifting the debris off
I'm
you.
so glad that at least somebody thought what I said was funny.
I'm just laying there like a Walter White.
All right, so you guys,
Or-
who's gonna be helping pull Vlad from the debris?
I'll help. I'll assist.
Haley is
For the
of course gonna
aforementioned
assist.
reasons, completely
I'll be right back.
selfish.
I'm with them, so I'm right there anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
What do we need to lift?
I ain't doing
anything?
shit. I'm just cheering them on. I don't have strength.
Neither do I.
Yep.
Neither
I
do
got
I.
Those who are gonna be pulling him from the wreckage and need strength checks.
I
Base
don't wanna,
Three.
Let me get back over here and roll a strength
Three.
check, even though I have like 0 strength. Where's my
I'm
strength?
Can I roll
try,
a
dude.
performance for my cheering?
Sure.
I did it? Oh, I
Please
did.
give us
you
advantage
rolled.
because of the cheering.
I got a 6.
You need it.
I'm doing
Oh,
it.
never
That's
mind.
mute cheering.
Oh, sweet.
You guys are just getting
Cheering's
texts
going
on
to
your
make
heart going,
things
"Yay,
worse.
you can do it."
The cheering's
Hell,
gonna
am I
make things
lifting?
worse. We're weaker
So-
because of your cheering.
Oh my gosh.
Bork, you managed to at least kind of wipe away a lot of the dust.
God damn.
Matrix, your character, you at least managed to move away some of the smaller parts. But Belle, you come in with the strength of a mother, and you come in, you
I
pull
feel
that girl right out of there.
I feel
I'd
like
like to
Belle's
look
just
at
watching the
that.
two big, strong men doing jack shit and going, "Fuck it, I'll do it myself."
Quinn is
Yeah,
a
literally.
thin
Belle,
bitch, dude.
okay, hold on. Can I paint a picture real quick? Can I paint a picture?
Yeah. Go
Belle
for it.
literally walked up, did like the roll up the sleeves real quick, like did little cricks in her neck, and immediately got to work and yeeted chunks of concrete. Hold on, there's a gif that immediately
move out of the way,
came to
too.
mind.
We-
This She basically wears
you reload your
similar
arms.
to that. Yep. All right, out of the way, bitches. This is my patient.
I'd like to make it known when Quinn is like unable to lift the thing, they look a bit more pissed off than somebody who can't lift a thing should be, especially one who's like not actually that strong in the first place.
There you go, stuff.
They're just
Did it get
pissed
for you?
for no discernible reason.
I didn't want to let it down.
All right.
Oh, there it is.
So you do manage to at least get the debris away from Vlad, so you are free to pull him from the wreckage.
Yay.
Hell yeah. Minimal additional injuries, and now Belle can get to work actually being a combat medic, which
Combat
is
part of the combat method.
well, let's just say in this case a trauma medic, trauma response or disaster response medic, which is basically combat medic only disaster response.
So Dave, the medical dropship's still here, right?
Yes. They are looking to assist some of the people further down the street.
Cool. I'm just going to send out an aerial ping to all nearby devices, letting them know that there's a medical team at this location.
So you're gonna have access to that map, and you already see there are several emergency vehicles already on the scene. They're scattered about. They're helping groups of people where they can, but
This is for pings of people that are a bit disoriented, so they can find their way to medical personnel. Do you want me to roll anything for this?
No, because you already rolled high for hacking, you'll have that kind of access, so I'll say you're fine for that.
Yeah, this is just for those people that are a bit disoriented in the rubble with industrial cloud. Just like, hey, here's a ping to your nearest medical team. Go.
Yeah, I mean,
so
they already
cities.
usually have this kind of an emergency system in place, but you're just kind of adding an additional broadcast to it, essentially.
Can I say something now?
Go ahead.
Vlad's gonna get up.
Okay.
He's gonna go
Okay.
walk, just ignore everyone and move over to Worcester's car.
I think
The
that
car.
bitch is broken.
What's the state of it?
Good at identifying birds head ass.
The state of the vehicle? Oh,
Yeah.
well. I'm glad you asked, because we're gonna
nar.
roll and find out for that.
Oh no.
Let's see. Let's use this one. What is the state of the vehicle, Dice Gods?
Oh no.
Actually, really good condition.
Oh no.
Surprisingly, not even a scratch.
Okay.
Are you? No way.
I'm gonna give
Oh.
the keys back. I told
I love it if we walk around the car,
This is
and on the
AFK
other
at the moment.
side there's just a massive dent.
He's gonna.
No, there are vehicles around it that got hit, but surprisingly,
Oh my gosh.
nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, gang. I think we need to start believing in
I just
God.
realized. Hold on, guys. I just realized that bitch was protected by plot armor.
That's what I'm saying. We need to start believing in God. I think God is real and He protects cars.
No. It was the power
God
of
is real.
communism
He
that
likes
saved the day.
cars.
I'm not in the computer. Are you guys done with the groceries?
Okay, I didn't know if he was yelling at us or what he was yelling
I
at.
was
Now,
so
now I hear something about
confused.
groceries.
It's like
I'm okay.
groceries.
I'm sorry, I haven't done the shopping today for all of us. Give me a break.
We're in the middle of a crisis. Who cares about
Yeah,
your
it's a little
fucking
busy.
Greek yogurt?
No.
We're in the middle of an active war zone. I need my egg.
There's a store over there. I'll hit it in a moment.
The milk.
Don't forget the toilet paper.
I didn't. I have it on the list too. Gee.
In the middle of an active war zone goes to fucking HEB.
In active war zone, you bet your ass Waffle House will be open.
Mention
All right,
HEB
so-
for getting money else from
You guys have pulled Vlad from the wreckage, and pretty much surrounding you is just utter pandemonium.
Lovely. So, Belle is gonna go help wherever she can, and seeing anybody nearby in medical need, she quickly assesses them and points them in either direction of a chopper or the next nearest bus transport to transport them to a nearby medical facility. If it's not, she's directing the more serious patients to like dedicated medical transports, and then less serious injuries she's directing them to the normal bus transports that are being used, I would assume being used to transport patients to nearby hospitals.
All right, so you're kind of taking point in this particular area of like helping out any people who are in need.
Yes.
Okay.
Directing, like, yeah.
All right, so yeah, you'll be kind of taking point then, because with your military background, they'll listen to you probably more than anyone else there, just based on your experience. So
Yeah.
they're working with you in terms of assisting people who are going to be needing it.
Yep.
While that's going on, how about the rest of you?
I'm gonna keep my ping thingy going.
I'd say you're directing anyone who needs it to be going to their local area. So,
And if
you're
my
able-
ping is picking up like people's personal devices and they're not moving, I'm gonna direct medical personnel to them.
That's actually
Okay.
smart.
So you're to be actively coordinating then people with augments, anyone who you can register to move to those locations. So, all right, you'll be busy coordinating with the medical teams to assist people who are in need.
Here I was about to say, who doesn't have an augment in this time?
Well, even if they don't have an augment, if you don't have an augment, you're gonna have a personal device anyway. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, and there are some people who do not have ocular augments. They might have like cybernetic prosthetic. They might have other things, but they might not have an ocular augment.
Ah, gotcha. My bad.
Yep. So that covers you guys. How about the rest of you?
well, most are still AFK. So
And I'm trying
Yeah.
to think of what Quinn could possibly do with her with their skill set.
provide aid to the
I
medics as a makeshift wet nurse.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. There's not much. I'm assuming
go
how
around
much
lifting
of, like,
debris
an
off
area
people?
was I'm not. Quinn is not strong enough. We saw how bad that went already.
I've got an idea for you, Bork. You can go around and help people who are limping towards the medical dropships.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and go with that. So Quinn's just gonna kind of help make everything go a bit smoother with people trying to like get medical attention and stuff.
All right. So I'm assuming this is going to be the kind of general theme. Everyone's just going to be helping out people where they can in this moment.
I assume.
I think so.
Like, how
Okay.
how destroyed is the area? Like, theoretically, could there be
There's a lot of like window damage and like some structural damage, but nothing is really in terms of collapsing. So like it's entirely repairable.
I guess is there any way for me to find out more about what happened? Like, obviously we know, like, the place got fucking destroyed, but I guess, like,
I mean, yeah, there are
Specifics or anything?
ways.
Recordings of
Did
our
I-
flight in. We can examine that when we're done here and we're somewhere a bit more secure
well, I'm saying,
and
like,
safe.
when the event when the place went.
That's what I'm saying. I've got recordings of that, and we can look at it when we're not in a place where potential debris can continue falling down on us.
Okay. Because I
Yeah, 'cause
wanted to see if
there
there
are-
was potentially like
Oh, I
The bit-
promise you, there
like
there
some
will
kind
be
of,
ways to
like-
investigate this. It's
Yeah,
just
for
in this
context, Bork,
particular moment-
we're in an area where the buildings around us are all incredibly unstable.
Yeah, and I promise you, there will be an opportunity to investigate this further.
Alright.
You can dig into this much further. I promise you.
And being a fellow hacker, you and me can look into this pretty easy together. Well, easier together.
Yeah, I know. What I wanted to do was just like download data.
Yeah, I've got the recording of the
I guess we've
entire
already
incident
done
from
that.
Zilla's perspective, so
Okay,
I've got the
we've
full
already done
footage.
that then. Yeah, okay, just kind of helping people get to
Yeah.
where they need to go.
I understand what you're trying to
Okay.
do. We've got the footage. We can look at it later.
Yep, and like I said, there's other ways to gather more information on this too, not just from the video that you have.
Yeah, as you're pulling people out, you can ask them about what they saw as well. So, do you want to ask people what they saw as
Yeah,
you're helping them to
kinda-
medical?
Not
Go
like
back.
not like people who have like been helped already. Like if they're actively being like stitched up, I don't want to ask them. But like, they're just like sitting around. Waiting for
I get
everything
what
to-
you're so like looking for the people who are like maybe like they're a little hurt, but they're like not in need of assistance. They're just kind of
Yeah,
there
they've already been like bandaged up or
yeah
whatever.
yeah.
Like they're like just sitting.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Perfect. So, all right. So yeah, you'll just kind of start investigating and asking people, what it is that they've seen, and let me actually roll for this one.
Hey, Bell, go check Joan real quick.
So, the one that you're investigating says they were just walking down the street. They were on a call, da da da. When all of a sudden they felt the ground begin to vibrate. Like, it wasn't necessarily like the ground was like an earthquake, but it felt like something was like an acoustic vibration. Like, you know how like when you're at a concert and you feel the bass of the speakers all the way in your chest, like that level of vibration. And then the frame was overhead. They recall what they heard. They heard that same one-sided conversation that Zilla heard and you'll also have in the video available for you.
Yeah.
And then the shockwave explosion above them, and then they got knocked out.
All right. So what I'm hearing is basically, it's just more of what we'll see in the video then.
But that detail about that vibration is going to be important.
Let's see. I guess I'll just keep asking, just see if there's like, you can't get too much info. You can't ever really get too much information. So,
well, let's see if they can tell you anything else. He just kind of shakes his head. I don't know much else, but if I was to guess, he knew someone inside Detroit Industries building there.
I'm just gonna like thank him for the help and then go back to helping out like victims and shit.
He just kind of nods and brings the cloth back to his head and kind of wipes the blood away. And you go back to assisting others. At this point, you guys are pretty much helping out at Ground Zero, assisting anyone who might be in need. Did anyone else want to investigate and ask any people any questions?
Um, I would, and well, actually, I would like to see if I could assist in like, because
Glad you're
buildings
back.
have fallen. Can I see if I could listen to see if there's anyone that's underneath debris?
Been there, done that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
We've pretty much covered the anyone who might be under any kind of debris like that. There wasn't that much extensive damage. It was a lot of glass breaking, and then some little bits of concrete and some metal rebar. But for the most part, like there was no building collapses or anything of that nature. So for the most part, it was a lot of cosmetic damage, and some people did get hit by the falling debris. But no one else is in immediate danger, at least in your general vicinity. There are other medical teams pretty much going down the entire streets in the line that this frame was flying down. So there's a lot more people that are being assisted by other medical personnel further down, but at this point, everyone in your general vicinity has been more or less taken care of in terms of emergency needs. Now it's just in terms of helping anyone who's still needing triage and starting to begin the cleanup.
Okay. Then yeah, I guess I'll see if I can try to get anything else that we haven't already got.
Okay. So among the groups of people around here, who would you want to be investigating or asking questions rather?
I would like to see if I can find anyone that might be connected to the company. See if they might have a inclination to why they attacked.
I'm glad you're looking into this. Thank you. So, you're looking for someone
I
who...
don't like how you just said that.
You're looking for someone who's gonna have some sort of uniform or badge that's gonna be connected to Detroit Industries. So, for that, I'll need you to roll perception and see if you can find one.
Option.
All right, I'll catch you guys later. My
Mm.
7-2 kicking, and now I'm going about to crash.
Okay. Take her easy.
Well, I got
All right.
15, so
So
hopefully
with a
that's good enough.
15, you are able to find one. It just looks like your rando corpo who works in an office building, but you do recognize he's got the Detroit Industries badge on his uniform. He's kind of sitting on the side of the road, kind of bandaging up his hand a bit, and he's got a head wrap around him. Some glass looks like it hit him in the head. Kind of looks up at you. Do I know you?
No. Yeah, hand with that bandage.
No, I'm just fine. He's continuing to wrap up his hand.
That individual. There has. Do you know why he might have targeted this building specific? It seems like he's connected to it somehow.
Roll persuasion.
Nat 20.
20. Goddamn. All right.
He ain't paid enough to be quiet.
He kind of looks around a little bit, and I don't know the connection, but he clearly knows who Hunter Brandt is. He's the head of this facility. So if he knows Hunter, he's most likely connected to something military.
Good old rivalries, am I right?
I wouldn't call it a rivalry. We used to work with Mars in acquiring certain materials, but there's been complications. It's a bit above my grade, though. I don't really know the details. All I know is that something happened on Mars. Not exactly a falling out, but some sort of incident.
Drill, maybe. Any good enough incentive, I would think.
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm just a low-tier worker here. I've only heard little bits here and there, but shit, if you want details, you gotta go straight to the source himself. But good luck trying to talk to that guy. He's not exactly one to talk to civilians. Very boorish military type.
How about mercenaries?
Even less. Thinks you guys are rotten to the core. You'll do anything for a paycheck.
He ain't wrong though. Can't blame him either.
Yeah, I've never met the man personally, but pretty much everyone around the office does know his history. He's the kind of guy who... Well, when people say they play 4D chess, he would be a top-level player of 4D chess. He's a master tactician. He spends his entire day just planning out different strategies and even implementing them.
Definitely sounds like a mastermind to me.
Well, everyone's got skeletons in their closet, though, but who doesn't in this city?
Preach.
But frankly, I'd be too nervous to find out just what his skeletons are.
Yeah, someone left better stay in the closet. And I'd say this conversation stay between us, yeah?
I would certainly hope so. I don't want to lose my job over this.
And I wouldn't want anything worse to happen either.
Well, word of advice if you end up go digging in Detroit Industries. Be very careful. They are the leading military force outside of the US military. They're not to be trifled with.
Noted. I'll leave you to your bandaging. I'll see if there's anyone else that needs help.
You do that. He finishes wrapping his hand up. I need to get back inside. And he stands up and starts to walk back towards Grand Central Fortress.
Alright. That's a lead.
And just to be clear, I'm gonna put the spelling of his name in here for you guys. Alright, but at this point, you guys will have helped out who you can. And you pretty much have worked through the night at this point, and morning is beginning to rise, and you are starting to begin to feel tired.
At this, so I'm like, this is gonna sound like a really, really, really dumb question, but
Just
it's
looking
basically
like my next emotional support human.
Mm.
um uh no caffeine for Belle. Right?
Okay.
You've been working for the last 8 some hours on adrenaline, so you're feeling fatigue for sure.
Question.
And most of the people have been helped, so yeah, no caffeine for Belle.
I'm gonna offer Belle my flask.
Do you take sippy sip?
Well, Belle is gonna just take like a little bit of a sip of like an energy drink just to get just enough to get her back to the apartment, but not like a chug. It's like 2 sips.
Oh no, he was offering you his flask, I believe.
Oh,
I was.
what's this filled with?
Vodka. It is currently numbing the pain.
What pine?
I'm gonna look at her with a raised eyebrow.
She looks down at herself and the amount of blood that she has and just general cuts and scrapes from helping people.
I'm gonna help her back to the car.
I appreciate the help, even though I don't need it. So give me that. She takes one swig of the vodka and then hands it back to him.
I'm gonna put it back in my coat pocket and get the driver's seat.
Oh,
All right, so as you guys are kind of settling in, you're starting to see news crews and news vehicles swarm the area that you're in. Because you are essentially at ground zero, so you're starting to see reporters come in, and there's a lot of news reporters and cameras, and drones are starting to fly all over the place. This is about to become an international story.
yay.
I
Alright.
think we should flee back to the apartment.
Yeah, let's start going before we get interrogated, to say the least.
Yeah, there's a large group of reporters starting to just make their way down the street. They're looking for anyone to interview, and let's see if they spot you guys. Oh yeah, they see you, and they're starting
on.
to head in your
Hold on.
direction.
Wait, hold on.
Belle? Oh, go ahead.
Question. Can I roll a? I could cast a magic spell, please.
What?
I'd like to
Go
cast. Press metal to the metal and floor it back to the apartment.
I'm sorry, you're doing what?
I am flooring it back to the apartment.
He's basically pedal to the metal, get the fuck out of here.
Okay, but
Got
is
speed.
everyone in the vehicle with you?
Not everyone can fit.
Oh.
Belle?
It is
Actually-
It's a 3-person at most vehicle.
Shit.
Yeah, I didn't
I was
think
gonna
that
say,
one
Belle
good
could-
idea, did you, buddy?
If the reporters notice them, Belle could always get out and give them a talking to.
You know what? Fine. You know what? Fine. We're gonna talk to the media. We're gonna talk to this independent
Belle's
media.
just gonna tell them to fuck
Shit.
right off.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was muted. Can I break their cameras with a hack?
No.
Can I try breaking the cameras with a hack?
Yes.
Question, is
You
this full
realize
As
that
subtly as
you're
humanly
you're gonna be breaking like 30 cameras on the ground alone?
I think Bork is more specifically talking about the
The
reporters that are
reporters,
approaching
specifically
it,
the
that are
reporters.
approaching us.
Or at least like At
There's
least,
a lot
like,
of them.
Are they?
malfunction.
Oh,
At least
how
make
many-
it not
oh,
work
all
for
of
a
them?
second.
The-
I at least
there's
want to make the
reporters
cameras
from
and
all over
stuff
the
not
world.
work for a second so they get distracted. This isn't like a like make them blow up thing. This
You're
is a thing
essentially
of,
hitting
like,
him with an EMP pulse, my dude.
Okay, let's.
Is it worth the bit though?
No, no, it's not.
No. Okay.
No.
Because this is an international incident. There are reporters from all over the world that are swarming here right now.
The other tactic is just ignore them. Don't give them any answers. Don't interact with them.
Yeah.
Just ignore them.
Probably the
Just
more.
do
that's
our
probably
thing.
more,
Continue on. And if they get in the fucking way, then tell them to fuck off.
It's probably the more
Mercedes,
responsible
did you
choice.
Did you check on your vehicle?
I mean, something I
Yeah,
want.
we-
I was, you know,
We looked at it earlier. It
It was
survived.
fine. Yeah.
Not a scratch on it.
Yeah.
except
Dice
I'm so upset.
So,
I'm so upset.
How are you upset?
so
It's my fucking baby, and you throw it into danger.
uh,
I'm the one that got injured.
Yeah,
but you're the
less valuable one.
I'm
Have
gonna-
less value.
I'm trying to
lean-
make an investment.
I'm gonna lean.
I'm
over
making an investment, man.
I'm gonna
What
lean
do you
over.
say?
So
People that fit all of us.
Mercer, you have the equivalent of a Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah, and I want to save that vehicle so I can get a vehicle that could fit all of us.
Let's trade in out for a Volkswagen Beetle.
So you guys have a group of reporters that are pretty much charging in your direction. And they're all like, excuse me, can we ask you some questions?
My first
And
response
Bell-
is gonna be, unless you're being,
Wait a
I'm not
minute.
answering any questions.
Hold on.
I don't want-
Is there sand on the? Is there any sand nearby?
No, just
You're in the middle of the street, my dude.
Now. Ask to pull pocket sand.
No pocket sand here for you.
I was gonna say the more
Fine,
more-
we'll answer.
the better thing would be just either saying no, will not be answering questions, or just fuck off, or just ignore them.
We'll answer some questions. Maybe we'll get some answers.
Other option.
No, don't know. We don't know enough. All right, here's.
We may
don't
not know
answer
enough,
any-
but we can fuel the fire.
What?
Let Bell-
We may not know enough, but we can definitely fuel the fire.
What do you mean? But
The fire of
think-
interest.
I think I know where you're going with this.
No quick way to get a reporter to leave you alone.
You mute.
I don't want to know.
Oh,
It's
no.
probably not TOS either.
Yeah.
Say that to your most deranged member in your party.
Is that which one's the most deranged here?
Remember,
He said how to get rid of a reporter. Remember, reporters are friends, not food.
Oh, they can still pay me.
I'm Soviet.
But
I
I'll-
look
I'll-
perfect.
I'll look towards a reporter. Shoot your question, though I'm not gonna know a lot.
What?
I'm
You're
looking at a
submitting
reporter.
Their questioning.
I mean, hey, cameras.
I was just gonna say,
Uh,
motherfucker, you really cannot resist the fucking limelight. We don't know.
However, that I will say that's more so a joke. Cause I mean, I'm for risk. This isn't exactly a risky thing per se, but it's just annoying.
You will be subjected to every tedious question about what you saw, what you heard, what you know, where you were at. Do you know what there might be, if there's any connection to the corporations? Do you know? They're going to be asking you if you know anything about the situation and asking you to describe everything that you've seen.
Dave's gonna go stand by.
And you'll be subjected to this for at least an hour.
In and out.
Because he agreed to talk to them.
Well, again, that was more of a.
Not even 5 minutes into it, Belle is gonna be.
It is
Alright.
non-stop fire questions. Every time you answer, they immediately have another question for you. You will not get a moment to breathe. They're constantly. Everyone's got a question for you. Everyone's asking you something. They need to know every juicy detail about what just happened.
Okay, just a quick question. Where are the keys
Well-
to the car? Are they still needing ignition?
Play
Well, I mean,
more.
I was gonna say that they're most likely on Zilla, but I would have gotten them, and knowing that you want to go, just like underhandedly, like just pass them, like here you go, save yourself.
I'll get your car back.
Do you want Belle to pull you out of this, Mercer?
Honestly, no. I mean, talking is his kind of his thing.
Ain't fair. Belle's gonna avoid it at all costs. If anybody tries to even look in her direction, she'll be like,
If
"Fuck off,
anything,
I just saved a
If-
shit ton of people. Don't
if
fuck with
anything-
me right now."
if anything, think of it like this: I'm sparing you guys.
That's fair. You're the bait.
So yeah, he's gonna be subject to all this questioning. I'm not gonna put all you through that. What are the rest of you gonna do?
I'm taking his car back to the
Getting the fuck
apartment,
out of there.
parking in front again.
All right, so
I
are you
can
heading
take
back
two.
home then?
Yeah, I can take what, 2 other people?
Clown
you said?
firing it.
2
Yeah,
and then 1 in the trunk.
Okay, so I can take 3 other people.
I'll happily climb into the trunk.
I just kind of tuck you in there quietly, slowly close it.
Damn.
And then
You couldn't spring for like a minivan?
Bitch,
Can you get a
this is the
minivan?
best I could do.
Belle hands
How
Quinn
cheap is
one.
How expensive is a Honda Odyssey?
This is
I
a
don't see
Ford
you-
Focus, bitch.
I don't see you making
In
bank.
in this economy, can we really afford a Honda?
I don't see you making bank.
All right,
realized
so
Who else is riding with me? I got Quinn in the trunk.
Yeah.
I was half tempted for Belle to hand Quinn a blanket to at least be a little bit more comfortable, but I
Nah, I'm
realized
fine.
Belle probably doesn't even have like a whoopee on her.
So I'll just say, because Baja is not here, you guys are just gonna end up clown carring this
Yeah.
back home, and it's gonna be kind of hard on the car, but it does manage to get home safely.
We went in the code type shit.
I just park the car back out front nicely. Go to the trunk, pop it open. You okay in there, Quinn?
So you guys already see that there are robotic sweepers cleaning up the glass on your, like, all along your streets where that frame flew by.
Oh shit! I didn't realize it would be that close to the apartments.
Well, it initially flew by like almost overhead for you guys.
Bro.
Well, when you were up on the roof.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were in the apartment when that happened.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so at this point you guys have made it back home. You get into the elevator and go back to your respective apartments. Does anyone turn on the radio or turn on the news?
Yep,
Yeah.
I would,
absolutely.
because I'm probably gonna be show number 1.
Yeah, I figured.
We're all gonna crowd around the TV like it's
It's like,
the 40s.
hey, it's me.
We crowd around the
It's-
TV in the
It's
tiny ass
pretty
room.
much all you're gonna see on any news channel, on any network at this moment anyway, because this was a grave international incident that just occurred. There are helicopter shots of Grand Central Fortress just kind of displaying the level of damage that it caused across the city. And you have news commentators calling this an act of war, that this is an aggression on Mars, and that we should be acting in response against them. There's also the count. Several thousand were injured, and at least 80 some people have been unaccounted for. There's still counting the numbers, but there is at least 150 dead.
Jesus.
And the international response is just as aggressive. They're calling this an act of war by Mars, and that we should be responding accordingly, while you have others saying, if we engage in this war, this will be a grave problem, one that we might not come back from. So the peacekeepers on one side trying to advocate that we should try and keep the peace, while others see this attack as a full-blown act of war against the entire Earth, and should be responded accordingly.
Even though it's just against one corporation. What did I just
Again,
come up
we're
with?
listening to political commentators on a news network.
Of course.
So this is going to be their typical kind of a response.
Yeah. And do you mind
Now, because this is the live news happening in the moment, so
Yeah.
there'll still be more to be discussed as time goes on, but for the moment, this is a lot of what you're hearing at this time.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, can I add something?
Go ahead.
So, at the mention of the death count, Belle's expression will shift just slightly. Not where it's like outright, but it's like she expected there to be casualties, but it still hurts her to hear that there have been casualties in spite of her best efforts. Which, yeah, she understands that in a response like this, she can't get to everyone, but she's got that kind of mentality of trying to save everyone she can. It's probably not going to be very perceptible to the others because she tries to keep a lid on it. But yeah. It's just a little story tidbit.
Yeah. Anyone else have any other thoughts on the news? Anything else they want to do or express?
Oh. Actually, I'm going to wait until somebody else, until everybody has said their piece before saying another piece.
Vlad's gonna take a sip of his flask and just stands up.
Well, this is a lot on the plate now.
I believe we should start packing.
Why? I mean, what's the point? All of our business is
Exactly.
going to be here in New York.
Well, three things.
And
Well, one, the video I recorded and risked my life for said they have a weapon that can level this entire island.
That's funny, because it's a war against another planet. You see, it kind of makes it seem like they might have something that could wipe out the entire planet as we see it.
Yes, I thought that too. But then I realized one thing. That being incredibly stupid, do you know why?
Hold on, what'd you say?
It'd be incredibly... fuck, it is hard to say in this accent.
Say it normally.
It is incredibly stupid.
Incredibly.
Incredibly stupid to blow up the planet because of one thing. There is no money to be made in it. Which
I
is bad.
don't think they care for money.
They don't care for money.
Everybody cares for money.
Vlad did show the video to the rest of the crew, right?
Actually, that's a good point. Have we seen the video yet?
Yeah, have.
But I was just gonna put on the just hook it up to the VHS and just show it like the grainy footage, like it's one of those old found footage ones.
Recording the interaction of what is this?
Well, what's more important is what you hear, and what you hear is that one side of the conversation that the frame has with the person inside of Grand Central Station.
Oh no fucking shit.
And just to refresh your memories, there are a few key things that stand out. One is the name Hunter Brandt and the term Mana Project.
Oh, no.
Mana, as in MANA.
Yes.
Okay.
Did we ever figure out what was in that package we delivered?
We haven't even delivered it yet.
Yep, it's
You wanna
not
crack
in
it
our
open?
possession either.
We don't have it on us.
Oh, we don't do.
No, you guys were just paid to do a security job to deliver from point A to point B, and they were going to tell you where it's going to be.
And I'm pretty sure they would know if we tampered with it.
I mean, yes, for one. But another thing is, the Rat King also wants this package.
So
We had to make our
who's
choice sooner than we thought.
motherfucker? Yeah, we're gonna have to make our choice sooner than we thought. I don't really like this because I don't know very well about either side. But money aside, considering basically the end of the world is upon us, fuck. Something's fishy with the corpos for this response to happen, but the giant ass mech that flew through the fucking city and caused this kind of damage. Like, what the fuck happened for that kind of response?
Well, there is one answer, but it's very impossible for us to do right now.
What was that?
We can't exactly go to Mars and figure out what's happening.
One does not simply just go to Mars. I mean, yeah, you got a good
Boromir.
point. What?
What? Nothing. Anyway,
Oh,
we could always go to the Badlands and hide out there for a bit.
can't really hide from this is the problem. We gotta do this job. But we gotta make a choice.
I don't even know the Rat King is still alive.
I mean, yeah, the Rat King's all fucked up and shit. But that's a lesser of a fucked up than whatever fucking happened for the kind of response that happened today. That's my thinking, at least. Even though corpos will technically give us more power and funding and shit, corporations are fucking bad, man. They're the reason why we're living like this. What do y'all think?
There's money to be made.
Well, what I currently think, because I did pick up some information from a worker there.
Oh, did you?
Yes. So at least from what it seems like, with the two individuals in question, it seems that they used to work on a project of some sort on Mars. Probably one thing led to another. Betrayal probably happened. And as such, they're getting their one-uppance. And I did ask on how they feel about getting assistance, and, well, it was negative. As on mercenary work, even more so negative. But something else picked up, because Big Man himself said if any government people went to mess around with them, they'd wipe out, the city as we know it. But we're not really part of the government, are we?
Not at all. We're outside of government by technicality.
Yes.
Are you really thinking about signing with the corporation in order to fight against that mysterious mech? I mean, to be fair, I can't really blame you.
Well, I mean, do you want to side with one psycho or side with another psycho?
They're both psychos.
Exactly. But another thing about this situation, it could assist in us getting out of the conundrum that we're currently in.
What, about siding with the corpos?
I don't like that idea.
Here we go again.
I mean, I don't want to side with the corporals either, but considering the situation, I'm on the fence about it at least.
I value my life, so
One life.
Cobras are not an option. Not for me.
Hmm.
I mean, in either case, we're kind of putting our lives on the line. That's kind of the thing about being a mercenary.
I'm
Honestly,
thinking of
but
siding with the corp would be bad for me. This has nothing to do with like the risk involved, and has everything to do with it's a fucking corp. I don't want to get into it, but just trust me, I don't get along with any corp.
You get
I mean, I don't blame you.
Well, either way, that's more just something on the table, because someone's going to have to deal with the problem. It may not be specifically us, but we could potentially be an option. Whether it's
Yeah.
accepted or not is a different question entirely. But when it comes to the situation of Rat King or Corpo, well, not much else we can really do, but I hope that the situation turns all right and they both face each other.
And hopefully not with us in the middle.
You can only hope.
I'm
feel
okay to
like-
play our own side. I just don't. Again, siding with the corp would not be in my best interest.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I'm fading fast. Let me see.
Yeah,
if I
well,
can
we'll be
shut
wrapping
it.
up here soon. This is just kind of like letting you guys kind of establish what you want to do for the next session.
The pressure of choosing which side and knowing it'll greatly affect the rest of the campaign.
This is the path you choose.
I don't like how you're saying that, Dave. You're freaking me out.
If you could only see the smile on my face as well. You must choose your path.
Okay, calm down, Shang Tsung.
Listen, if you decide that siding with the corp is in our best interest, I will not be able to. I'll go with whatever you guys pick because I
We're
kind of
going
don't really have
corporals
a
into
choice.
discussion.
But
That's only your decision.
I won't be able to.
Here's
Be
the other thing
physically there.
with I'm trying to remember because didn't the mech have beef with that particular company?
Yes, as
Based
stated.
on what you could see in the video, yep, he clearly knew the man inside, and there was clearly something. Because again, what you could see is he ripped a data core from the building itself, and took it with him.
Huh.
Because I did state that most likely the two individuals, being the dragon guy and then head honcho of this company, corpo, whatever, seem to very much know each other, and most likely had to lead into a betrayal, and which is why retribution is coming about their way.
Yeah.
Whether it is retribution or not, don't know the full story.
Debatable.
Yep, news of the story will be ongoing. So, what you know now about the situation may later unfold as time progresses or through further investigations.
Yeah, yep.
Because another thing I'm kind of thinking on is that if we do start with the corpos, at least for Ubork,
Mhm.
if we do side with them and we're good enough standing with them, we could clear out whatever's up with you.
It's not that easy.
It's not easy, but it's still feasible if we
I-
get enough reputation. Wouldn't you say?
Quinn is at this point very conflicted. It's very obvious that they're trying to. They have something they want to say, but they can't really say it.
Yeah, no force in here. Just tossing out thoughts.
I really cannot get into it, but it's not as simple as just hoping they forgive me. I I kind of I fucked up big time with the court.
I mean, who hasn't?
There could be a path of redemption down there for you. Considering what just happened to the city, it's not gonna affect just Detroit Industries. Everyone here is going to be affected in some way.
Think of it like this: heroes of the century. Rogue AI turned into a masterpieceful hero to the world. Well, you could be AI, I don't know. But hero of the world. Gotta shine in the light sometimes.
I
Also, think of this in the grand scheme of things. A major world market was essentially attacked, stock markets are going to plunge, and the corpos are going to be very worried about this because they're losing money hand over fist because people are divesting. There's a cascading problem here. So all corporations in this moment are gonna start noticing a serious amount of pain just because of an indirect action.
Money.
So, as I said,
I would like
is
to say this confliction
there's
is completely in
opportunity.
character. It's not like a me
I know,
genuinely.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm just letting you know that path is not entirely closed off to you. Like there is a path of redemption.
Above game, big thing is just that Quinn is horribly paranoid.
I get, I
Yeah,
understand.
that's why I'm tossing out the idea of like, think of it like this: you become a hero of the century. No one can fault you for your past, and it's a way of your own growth. With your growth, you're able to be strong enough to take on a mighty foe.
And any dealing we do with a corp, I'm not gonna be there.
Don't worry, I'll do the most talking. Hopefully.
Like I do not want to be in the room. I do not trust them.
As long as I say jumping, you say how high. Good to go. Well,
And nope,
not
you're in charge. It's just
physically, because don't know how high you can jump, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, you won't have to worry about me fucking turning traitor or anything. I'm just not just wary, I suppose.
Then time to prepare for the big game. Then.
All right. So with that, we will close out tonight's session.
And there's
As
much
na-
rejoice.
as now, you guys will retire for a brief rest before you begin that job in the next session.
Question: Can we make it a long rest?
Well, it's already morning time, so I mean, if you're getting a long rest, you're gonna have to immediately just get up and move out to the job.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take a long rest.
I'm not gonna fault you for taking enough.
Yeah, I won't. I mean, if you
There
want
will
to, that's
be
fine. It's just you won't be able to do
consequences.
much before. You're gonna, as soon as you wake up, you're gonna have to immediately just gather your things and rush out to the job.
Because like if I take a short rest, it only feels half my health back, right?
Um, is it half? Hang on, let me just double check. It's been a while since I've actually done short rest. Can spend one or more hit dice at the end of a short rest. Maximum hit die.
Alright.
I'll just go ahead and say we'll just give you the long rest, just so that way you can regain all your hit points. But yeah. So then next session, once you guys wake up, we were just gonna immediately move right into the job.
Yeah, I'm 100% winging it.
Oh, brush up on your negotiation skills. So Matrix, how you feeling over there? Even all quiet.
Just been sitting back, taking it all in.
I might have to step out. I am so tired.
Well,
I mean, it's
wrap it
ending
up
here.
now. So yeah,
Yeah.
say
Bye.
goodbyes.
Alright.
Say your byes. Everyone say
Bye.
bye.
Bye,
Love
have a
those.
good time.
Bye. Y'all keep
Also,
safe.
hold on, wait, hold on. Let me
Water.
close out. Chicken jockey.
Chicken
Chicken
jockey.
jockey.
Flint and Steel.
I'm deleting
Come
that
in.
part of
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Or
it.
No, I'm not.
You guys are having fun with it. So, if anybody's catching any of these, you can catch them on the channel there and rewatch other stuff we have there. Anything you guys want to plug real quick? Or go to bed.
We'll see you next
Okay.
time. Get some sleep.
see
May
y'all
the
next
calming cold
time.
guide your heart.
And as usual, mine is always the same thing. Wherever you're at in the world, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And well, the world's going to hell, so try to be safe in some form. So yeah,
See you.
World's
and
going to
wear
hell, so
visors.
make sure to be the last one.
Yes, ride it on out. Yeah, there we go.
Yeehaw, Chucklefucks.